lovely listeners. Welcome back to the podcast where we dive deep into the wonders of psychology, self-growth, and all those juicy topics that help us understand ourselves a little bit better. I'm your host, and today we're taking a closer look at something quite fascinating: self-perception theory. Have you ever stopped to think about how the way you see yourself shapes your reality? Well, let's unpack that. So, what exactly is self-perception theory? It's the idea that we form our self-concepts and beliefs about ourselves by observing our own behavior, just like an outside observer would. You know that moment when you catch yourself doing something and think, wow, is that really me? That's your self-perception kicking in. Isn't it intriguing how our actions can redefine our identity? Let's take a moment to chew on some statistics. Research shows that about 70% of our self-perception is influenced by our social interactions and the feedback we receive from others. That's a whopping number, right? It makes you wonder, how much do we really know ourselves, or are we just reflections of those around us? Now think about this. Have you ever had a friend tell you that you're great at something, and suddenly you start believing it? That's the power of social feedback. Self-perception theory suggests that when we see ourselves in a certain light, we're more likely to engage in behaviors that align with that identity. If you think you're a top-notch speaker, you'll likely seek out opportunities to speak more often. But what happens when you doubt yourself? Let's not forget the flip side. What if your actions don't align with how you see yourself? That can lead to a bit of an identity crisis. The theory suggests that when we act contrary to our self-concept, we might feel discomfort, prompting us to either change our behavior or reevaluate our self-view. It's a bit like a dance, isn't it? We're constantly adapting and shifting our identities based on our experiences. And here's a thought to ponder. How much influence do you think your environment has on your self-perception? Research indicates that our perceptions can shift dramatically based on the context we find ourselves in. For example, someone might feel confident in a small group, but shy away from speaking in larger crowds. Fascinating, right? Now, I want you to reflect on this. What are some actions you can take today to shape a more positive self-perception? Maybe it's stepping outside your comfort zone or surrounding yourself with uplifting people. Remember, you have the power to redefine yourself at any moment. As we wrap up this episode, I encourage you to think about how you perceive yourself and how that perception influences your life choices. Are you ready to embrace the incredible power of your self-perception? Thank you for tuning in, my lovely listeners. If you enjoyed today's exploration of self-perception theory, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts with us. Until next time, stay positive and remember, how you see yourself shapes how you show up in the world.